What's going on, my nerdy angels? It's your boy Darklight coming at you guys with some Netflix news, y'all. Man, I'm giving you some good news straight for this streaming wars, man. We got so much stuff going on, so I would have to catch you guys in the next scene. But before I do, please follow if you are new to the channel and become a part of the Nerdy Worldly Angels. So follow me on Twitch, follow me in the Discord. Follow me on YouTube wherever you're watching this video. Follow me on Instagram. The links will be around in the description. So let's get in. Let's go ahead and let the intro play, and then we're gonna get into it. Peace. Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. Man, we got some new gritty news today. As y'all can see up here on the screen, Netflix to stream new Sonic movies like Spider-Man Jumanji starting in 2022. What kind of deal is this? I mean, this streaming world war, I said world. In this streaming world, there's this big old streaming war that's been going on. We have had HBO Max release pretty much all their theatrical movies that's supposed to be out this year on HBO Max and the theater. Disney has pretty much did the same thing, only to just add an extra $30 for a premiere access to certain movies. We had Soul, we had Ride the Last Dragon, now we got Black Widow, and now Netflix is going to be able to stream new Sony movies. What? This has put Netflix pretty much on another level, because ain't no telling what else they have done with this deal. So let's read into it. Netflix will stream Sony movies after they're already run in theaters. After they've already run in theaters and in home formats like online rentals. But Spider-Man No Way Home isn't on track to Netflix. Okay. That's normal. That's normal. So that means they trying to make sure the newly Marvel movies and all that is coming. So, okay. Netflix has struck a deal with Sony Pictures Entertainment to stream all the studio's new movies, starting with films theatrically released in 2022. The company said Thursday, which includes popular franchises like Jumanji, the Spider-Man film, linked narratively to Marvel's blockbusters, and Morbius, a spin-off from the Spider-Man universe. The films will be available streaming in what's known as a pay one window. After they already finished their runs in cinemas, they have been available for home viewing like online rentals, which we all know how those work. When you can just buy them for a profit for a day, a couple of days, and this is gonna put Netflix on a whole new level in streaming. Because if Netflix is going to continue buying up companies like Sony or coming up with a deal with Sony, because originally Sony was having their stuff, I think, going to Stars. They took their stuff back. I think because I had it up here. Here on Variety, yeah, Sony Pictures move movie output there from Stars to Netflix. So in Rich Bear. So pretty much this is that's exactly what they just did. So they took their stuff from them. Spider-Man No Way Home may be one of the last movies that'll be shown first on TV through Stars, which currently holds the pay one window rights to Sony movies. Stars will continue to be the first place on TV to watch any Sony movies released theatrically this year. Currently, that includes the third in the trilogy of films starring Tom Holland. As the mild-mannered superhero, No Way Home is slated for theatrical release December 7th. I would say 17th. December 17th. Netflix takes over the rights from Star starting January 1st. So I mean, we might get a chance to see another movie, another big blockbuster movie. Because ain't no telling when these theaters are going to get back into the flow. Typically, movies licensed in a pay one window will be available to watch on a streaming service on TV network about 9 months after a film's theatrical release. But the last year has been a dramatic collapse of these windows as the COVID-19 pandemic forced cinemas around the world to close, decimating the box office market for movies. Studios, distributors, and theater chains are now in the throes of figuring how long cinemas will enjoy exclusive on new movies when public health restrictions finally open cinemas widely again. Agreements so far indicate movies will never be released the same way they were before the pandemic. We all knew that was going to change. Netflix and Sony didn't specify how long after theatrical release that Pay One window would start making movies available to stream. Netflix already had a deal to stream Sony Pictures animation films, including the sequel to Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. So now Netflix will be streaming hub for all Sony Pictures Entertainment film labels and genres. The company said the companies noted that the new deal means Netflix will be streaming several more films featuring Marvel characters, including future installments of Venom and Spider-Man, and expected followers for the Jumanji and Bad Boy franchise. The new Netflix deal also includes a provision giving a streaming giant first shot at snapping up any movies. Sony decides to make direct streaming titles in what's called a first look agreement. But Sony said it won't be scaling back the number of movies it releases in cinemas. Any direct to streaming projects will be addictive to full theatrical film slate, which will continue at its own current volume. As part of the pact, Netflix will start streaming select titles from Sony's past movie library next year. The company said they're specifying any titles. Financial terms weren't disclosed. Bloomberg News previously reported Sony was seeking as much as $250 million a year. God damn. Company got that much goddamn. I mean, technically, if you think about it, Netflix should be I don't know, because one minute we have heard Netflix was broke. They went but now to see Netflix is willing to pay that money. But they said they were seeking, so they might have come up with a new deal and figured out some loophole or something. I don't know. Variety reported Thursday that the new deal is believed to run about 5 years. These sort of pay one deals have been a staple of Hollywood for years, a lucrative way for studios to generate big bucks for their films. But as more major media companies launch their own streaming options to rival Netflix, these deals have become more rare. Disney, for example, allowed its pay one mega deal with Netflix to elapse the year before it launched Disney Plus, reserving all its own films to make their streaming debuts on its own service instead. And then we got the Seymour dance. The Seymour dance, boy. If y'all ain't seen Marvel, Falcon and Winter Soldier, y'all missing that. But that is big, right? To me, that is big for Netflix. What more can we say? Because of the simple fact that, like I said, we don't know how the theaters are gonna come back. Are they gonna be pushing for people to come back, especially with the way the pandemic kind of wiped out a lot of things, and people and a lot of companies had to hold a lot of their movies, but now getting to the point they're streaming them on their own platform. But this also means that Sony pretty much won't be getting. Well, they probably have gotten into the streaming game by teaming up with Netflix, but they mean they won't be making their own streaming service. Now, in the next 5 years, they might, because they said this deal is supposed to go 5 years. So who knows? They might, because it also said Disney did the same thing for about a year before Disney Plus. So, wow, this is going to be extremely good for the company, for Netflix and Sony, because it's that pay one deal. So I guess that means typically you pay. I'm not as sure. I'm not the movie guy kind of guy, so I do not know what an actual pay one deal is. I guess that's something which you pay extra for for a certain movie to see, especially now. Like kind of what Disney Plus is doing with their exclusive premiere. Pay $30 to see a premiere video, which not a lot of people would do that. But anyway, that is actually awesome. That mean they can bring a lot of their old archives back. That mean the old Spider-Man, Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies, whatever kind of the old Jumanji movie, and then they bring them to Netflix. I don't know. I just went blank for that for a minute. So they bring them to Netflix. So that means they pretty much snatched the rights from Stars and said, nope. I guess people are not big on the Stars streaming service or whatever. And so I'm really at a point where I'm like, they just stepped up the game completely. I mean, Disney has Hulu and FX and ESPN. Those are pretty much, you can send whatever R-rated movies to Hulu or whatever you want to see on Hulu. Then you can watch sports, and you can still watch a lot of your OG Disney cartoons and new stuff like Marvel and Star Wars and stuff. They're doing it big. HBO Max just started, and this whole year is supposed to be movies. Supposed to be all the theatrical releases are coming to HBO Max, which has been so wonderful. Now they have had their ups and downs in movies that were supposed to come to the movie theater, but they're doing good. They have done. To me, they have a pretty good balance of what's going on with their streaming service, and they pretty much just started not too long ago. So we have pretty much our three-headed monster: Netflix, Disney Plus, and HBO Max. And most likely, everything is pretty much on par with each other. They're pretty much on par with each other, I guess, because if it wasn't for the Mandalorian and the new Marvel TV shows, and pretty much Black Widow that's coming to Disney Plus, I don't think Disney Plus is on par unless you just want to watch the old Star Wars and Disney movies. HBO Max is bringing all their movies, so they're probably second in line. I mean, Disney Plus probably is making their money, but as far as a whole movie for a whole year, I think HBO is above them. Now, Netflix is pretty much on another level, has made it on another level with them. Even though I feel like Netflix was probably ahead of the game anyway, now they just took another step. Now this is pretty much going to force maybe other streaming service to do this. To actually buy a bigger company, team up with a bigger company for real. But I don't know if that actually means that this is gonna make other companies do the same thing, like HBO. Warner Brothers. I mean, may have Warner Brothers decide to take on another company themselves, but we'll see. We'll see how this idea goes, especially if you get a chance to see Spider-Man, what's that? No Way Home on Netflix the next month after it just released, because we don't know how long because I know they're gonna strike probably another. I know a lot of these companies are gonna probably strike another deal with a lot of these movie theaters when they get back up and flowing, trying to see when next movie is going to once they release blockbuster movie, how long it's gonna be there, and then it's gonna go to streaming. So this is pretty much something I never thought would happen with Netflix. Netflix is always doing something under the radar because I ain't hear nothing about what's going on with Netflix. And even though Netflix pretty much has a lot of brand new shows, brand new movies coming to it every month, and they have done good. They have done their own part of doing their own animes, and they have done a lot with their station, their channel, their service. So, whew, Disney Plus, HBO Max, y'all gonna have to step up to the plate, step up to the game, because they about to lead, they about to keep it going. Because if you're telling me new movies at Sony, now I know Sony has been up and down, but they have had some pretty good movies in the past, and they probably come out with some pretty good movies in the future. So, we will see how this works. We'll see how these movie theaters gonna get back up and running, and what kind of deals are gonna happen. Like I said, this is the end. So HBO Max kind of just started it, and now we're seeing how Netflix is pretty much took it and ran with it. So we will see. But anyway, let me hear your comments about this. If you guys are new to seeing this, please hit that subscribe button, become part of the World Angels. I am Darklight, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.